What's going on, guys? HDHJD here. As you can tell from the title, we are going to be talking about the Captains of Fire Force. I'll be ranking all the captains, past and present, from weakest to strongest. No exceptions. If you have the rank of a captain, you are on this list. From, again, before the series and the present series. With all that being said, let's get started. The first two are kind of featless. First one and the weakest is Taguchi, I think that's how you spell his name, captain of Company 2 alongside Honda. He's got no feats to speak of whatsoever, so that's kind of why he's last. There's, again, nothing to speak of this guy. And the other featless captain is Company 6's Kagyao Yang. And the only feat she has is her healing abilities, which are amazing, and the only reason Shinra didn't die against the Evangelist and Hayuma. But she has no combat feats to speak of, so that's kind of why she's in the featless section. The next section are what I like to call the frauds, or the people that don't deserve to be in the role of or rank of captain. There are two, and the first one is Hibana, captain of Company 5. Just the fact that she has paid her way to the top instead of with power, leading her to be beaten by a Volume 3 Shinra, so pretty much a rookie Shinra. Her ability is dangerous, though, being able to reduce blood in the brain, and her rose petal attacks are okay. Nothing too bad, but again, she paid her way to the top and got beaten the hell up by a rookie Shinra who was just starting out. Next is Captain Giovanni. Now, whether this is out of hate or true fact, but his ability to suffocate and burn his enemy is okay, but he can also get the steam up to 100 degrees Celsius or 212 degrees Fahrenheit, and he can transfer his consciousness into others and control bugs. He's above Hibana because he fought a stronger Shinra in Volume 7, and it took the end of series Lisa and Vulcan and his Ram helmet to take him out. But again, this is Volume 7. Only a couple volumes, forward. So those two again aren't really worthy of being assigned as captain. Granted, Hibana paid her way to the top, and Giovanni wasn't really a firefighter. He was more of just playing the role of one to the public and doing shady shit, behind the scenes. So, all right, now we're going to get into the tough captains, the captains that I think deserve their ranking. Starting off with Captain Gustav Honda of Company 2. His headbutt is praised by Uncle Death himself, Yurichiro, as if it's the greatest thing ever, and it's not bad. It's capable enough of holding out and taking down some Cataclysm giants alongside Yurichiro, and is durable enough to do it multiple times in hours. Not bad, but he simply lacks in feats to put him higher. Sorry, Honda, but you're not making it past this spot just due to your lack of feats. Alrighty, next up we got Captain Hanji from Company 4. He's relative to Amaterasu possessed Shinra in Volume 11 and got burned by him multiple times. He lacks feats like Honda did, but so I can't really put him higher. He's simply higher than Honda due to his speed, reaction time, and equipment. And again, just he has more feats than Honda does. Honda doesn't really do much in the series outside of fighting the Cataclysm giants. And he needed a lot of help doing that. Now, for everyone's favorite non-power superhuman, next up is Akitaru Obi. He has two very notable feats, and that is blocking a blow from Yurichiro and made Benimaru bleed from his nose with a headbutt. And it took a couple hits from him as well in Book 5. However, he wasn't going all out. Plus, he was facing all of Company 8 at once as a whole, not just Obi. However, his physical strength is his best asset. He casually lifts 300 pounds, can lateral raise 75 pounds. He can do the same amount of weight by balancing on its head. Swung around a rail, a train track rail, which weighs 130 pounds like a baseball bat, and tipped over a 5-ton cathedral pillar. He's definitely the most in-depth captain, but not the strongest. Next is going to be Xiao, and he's not bad, but not really shown in of combat all too often. He does have some feats. He really only has the brief scuffle with his doppelganger Rekka and took out a blow from Sister Shamir, who can make earthquakes, which to kind of give you a perspective on that, an 8.0 earthquake can destroy a city. So it's pretty so he's pretty durable. Outside of that, he's not really praised or shown in combat as much as Kareem, Rekka, and Burns are. So he kind of suffers from a lack of feats in the manga, but he has enough of those feats that he does have to put him this high. Now, next is going to be Panko Pat. Pan has shown to be stronger than his former boss, Hanji, when Hanji was brought back as a doppelganger. By using his buffing ability, he managed to high diff Hanji. His defensive buff is so strong that normal people can survive a blast from the Great Cataclysm Giant, not like a punch, but like a beam, a beam blast. And he's physically stronger than Hanji, being able to snap his forearms in half, while Pan was buffed by 4. One of the better captains on this list, but again, kind of suffers from having a single brief fight. So that's not really that great, but it's better than really nothing at all. Next is the Holy Soul Temple Death Squad Commander. Yes, I'm including this guy because he has the official rank of captain. He has also only one fight and one appearance that he made the most of this one fight against Joker. The guy could hurt and keep up with Joker before Joker used his illusions against him. He's also trained Joker when Joker was a child, so majority of what you see in hand-to-hand combat from him may have come from this Squad commander. Pretty goofy looking outfit, I will say. And you really do hate this guy, but he's a real big threat if he can hurt someone like Joker. Next up is Conro Sagamina. Sagamiya? Yeah. Now with Conro, I'm not talking about his crippled non-power form. I'm talking about his prime when he was the captain of Company 7 after Hibachi and before Benimaru. At full power, he can take down to Demon Infernal on his own. Yes, the same type of Infernal that Benimaru blew up when we first meet him. Now, Benimaru is his own beast, and we'll talk about him later. But Conro was no fucking joke back in his prime. As for statements, Benimaru's strip admits that Conro was superior to him only 2 years ago, during Conro's reign. As Hibachi states, only the strongest person in Asakusa gets to be the leader. Therefore, Benimaru 2 years ago could never beat Conro. It really makes you wonder how strong was Conro in his prime, judging based off of how strong current Benimaru is. I want y'all to think about that. Next up is Mr. Leonard Burns. Man, a lot of these captains really just have a couple statements in one fight. Burns comes at the top of, the top 3. Not top of the top 3, but you get what I'm saying. He comes at number 3 for a good reason. He was stated, and narratively speaking, to be the strongest captain outside Benimaru, of course. He could trade blows with Joker and Volume 222 Shinra, so pretty much close to full power base Shinra outside of Bancho Man form. He also fought both of them for one of the longer fights in the series, which was about 230 pages long, that spanned 2 volumes. Very few fights span 2 volumes. Usually they get done in with 1 volume. This one took 2 to wrap up. And his Voltage Nova ability grants him boosts in physical stats the higher level he goes. And as a doppelganger, he one-shot Joker's doppelganger from behind, who was compared to Benimaru's doppelganger, who was a planet-level threat. So Doppelganger Burns could be pretty close to planet level. As for his life form, he's most likely mountain level, so people clearly thought really high of him, as his doppelganger version can kill a planet level character in one shot, even if that doppelganger was off guard. Now, this guy isn't mentioned in a lot of videos, if at all, about this topic. But hey, you came to the right channel. If you are subscribed, you are subscribed to the right channel, because I'll give you every little incy bitty, tiny little detail about every single video I make. Number two is Hibachi, the former captain of Company 7 before Benny Morrow and Corno take over. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a lot on his alive form, so I'm basing this most off of his doppelganger, and his doppelganger is absolutely nuts, considering he has actually given Benny Morrow a good fight and is the only person ever to do so. I'd say a better fight than Benny Morrow's own doppelganger did. He straight up could block blows and react to Benny, whereas Benny's doppelganger got one shot. He couldn't react to the guy. A clash between Benny Morrow and Hibachi made the clouds above them part in a giant circle around the beam they created in Volume 26. His blasts can gorge a giant hole in the sea in the same volume. He can keep up, and in my opinion, he's a little faster than Benny Morrow is. He is also Benny Morrow's teacher, so in the fight, Benny could have been having some sort of mental block because he was fighting someone he had known for years. But I'm still firm in my belief that if this doppelganger is anywhere close to how strong as he actually was when he was alive, he's easily the second strongest captain in the Fire Force lore. Because remember, doppelgangers can be misleading in terms of power, like how Benny Maru's doppelganger was so much weaker than the real one, but Joker's Benny Maru was so much more stronger than the real Joker was. Doppelgangers are only as strong as they are viewed by the general public, not their actual power. People didn't know Benny Maru's true power, so the doppelganger was weaker, and people always considered Joker as a Benny Maru level threat, even though he's nowhere near as powerful as Benny was. Therefore, the Joker, that was the doppelganger Joker, was as powerful as probably the Benny Maru doppelganger. So that's kind of why I need to consider this, because they can be misleading. So if Hibachi's doppelganger is as accurate like Assault's doppelganger was pretty on point with the real one, because those two are going blow for blow, band for band with each other. Then he's definitely in the right spot. Hibachi's 100% the second strongest, the second most powerful Fire Force captain of all time. And if he's not, if he's weaker, then fuck me, I guess. Now, number one, it's Benny Maru. He one shot a plant level character while calling it weak. I think that's really all that needs to be said. People don't even know his true power, and neither do we. But he's clearly more powerful than a planet level character by a good margin. He beat Hibachi. He beat his own doppelganger. He beat the fucking doppelganger Joker. Like, or at least he would have. Because again, he killed a character that's similar in power. He is narratively and feat proving to be the strongest character in the series until Hayuma and Shinra get their god forms. Like, come on now. Benny Morrow is fucking insane. And if you're a big fan of Fire Force, then you know how much of an absolute monster Benny Morrow is. He always looks bored during a fight, and the only time he didn't was fighting Hibachi. He's a beast, man. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to my YouTube if you want to see more videos from me. Like this video if you want to see more videos like this. Comment what you want to see next. That way I can give you guys the content you want, what you want to see. Because I want to talk about a whole lot of things. I'm a big yapper about this kind of stuff. Subscribe to my TikTok, HDHJD. And subscribe to Underdog Productions, which is a amateur film group with me and my friends, and Underdog Adventures, which is a pretty much gaming channel and gaming lore channel. So that's really it, guys. I really want to thank you guys for 57 subs. Not a lot, but those 57 people think their subscription is worth their time. So I really appreciate that you guys think I'm worthy of your time. Whenever you watch my videos, whenever I gain one view, I'm like, huh, this person thinks I am worthy of their time. They took the time out of their day to listen to what I have to say and ramble about fictional characters and how they stack up against one another because of whatever reason you want to go with. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Again, please let me know what you guys want to see next. I will do literally whatever. Naruto, Fire Force, Attack on Titan, MHA, Black Clover, Demon Slayer, whatever. I'll do whatever. Except I do have one exception. It's One Piece. I don't do One Piece. I it's too long for me. I don't hate it. It's too long for me. There's a lot of that stuff that I would have to soak in, and it would take me a long time to get any sort of information from that show. So I usually use Versus Wiki for that kind of stuff, or other really good, trustworthy power scalers of that thing. If I were to do a ranking on the Warlords or the Yonkos or the Straw Hats, but I will usually avoid the One Piece comments. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. I'll see you all next video. See you guys. Love you.